What's good, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Good Kid Millhouse, and today we're gonna go over this topic that there's a lot behind it, and there's some truth behind it, but it's one of the most played out responses that is always given between other artists and art channels and teachers. Oh my God. Let's just start the video. Today's the only time I ever have to do anything. So guess what, guys? Today I'm gonna make time for you, cuz. So today I'm batching a bunch of content, all right? I'm batching a bunch of content, and I'm gonna be pumping out all these videos. I'm trying to do 14 videos a day, well, a week, but still, like, try to maintain a 2 post a week type of commitment that I want to make for myself and for you. Take me a minute. Okay, man, I know we hear this advice all the time from other artists, and I probably say this a couple times. There's never been any like context behind the idea of just draw. Like, what do I do? How can I improve? I want to get better. Like, how do I be able to draw like Kim Jong-gi or Peter Han or any of the fucking greats that I admire and worship? And most of the time you will hear the advice, just draw. It's such a really lazy way of like just explaining how to improve in something. And from doing the Sketchbook Slam Challenge, the whole idea of just drawing really started to make sense. Hear me out. So if you guys followed me throughout the entire month of January, where I just slaved away on this Sketchbook Slam Challenge thing, man, oh man, this shit was killing me. I think that was like the most time ever in a month that I have gone without very lack of sleep. And you know what? I don't think I would be able to complete it if it wasn't for my health. Like, thank God I am healthy. You know, but the whole just draw thing really does help. And I'm not saying you should go to the extremes of doing the Sketchbook Slam Challenge, even though I highly recommend it at this point, even though no matter how torturous it could be, the whole just draw thing started to make sense around page 400 and something. It was really, really tough and really hard just to keep showing up every day, and I really do like to say my thanks to my Twitch community and the community on TikTok and everywhere else as well, because they showed up every day as long as I showed up, and when I draw, they drew alongside with me, and I think that's what kept my morale high, and that also stopped me from, like, you know, bitching out and like, I'm not drawing today. I even got to a point where I was like just damn near about to quit. But the more I started drawing, the more I started understanding more about myself as an artist, and this is why I highly recommend you to do the Sketchbook Slam Challenge, or you could like do a mini slam challenge or whatever. Just try to fill a sketchbook up within a month. Try to draw as much as you can, because when you start drawing, you start to find subtle nuances. Like, throughout the entire month of January, I started having like these giant art clicks about line and how they represent perspective, how I can illustrate a body if I just did it long enough. I know we get to that point where we just start and we're like, all right, I need to learn fundamentals. How much do I have to do them? You know, like, how long do I have to keep drawing lines, circles, ellipses, and squares and shapes till I finally get it? And I would spend 4 to 5 minutes, maybe an hour tops, practicing the fundamentals, and I will slowly start getting it. And I was getting it. I don't think it was like totally wasted time that I didn't spend 6 hours a day doing this thing. But the whole idea of just drawing, right? Just say if you're trying to understand form or human anatomy, the idea of just drawing consistently really started helping me find little shortcuts and nuances around everything that I was drawing. At the end of the slam challenge, I am now able to draw like like I tell my friends, like maybe like 5% or 10% like Kim Jung-gi. The only thing is that's missing is my visual library. My visual library is not that great, but if I want to draw a person in a certain perspective, I can kind of guess it out, and it takes me a lot less of time to actually go over the pose and try to fix everything. I'm getting to a point where it's really hard to imagine, like, even when I was watching white manga, he would talk about how he would draw his characters and he would just skip steps. Like, you know how you first start off, you start off with the gesture line and you draw in like little shapes to represent like the chest or the torso or whatever, you know, the entire human anatomy, right? So you have these steps to go through, and make sure before you start coloring or start lining, everything gotta be tip top. That process would probably take me about like 2 to 3 hours, depending on how I want this illustration or this painting to come out. And you know, the saying is true: if you have a bad under sketch, no matter how much color or fancy effects you do on top of it, it's still gonna be a bad drawing at the end of the day. And it's 100% true. So I spent a lot of time just refining. By just actively drawing every day, I realize now I can start skipping the steps. And I think this is what they're talking about just keep drawing or just draw in general. I recommend people just draw in sketchbooks because I think it's easier just to hit Control-Z a lot, especially in Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint or whatever digital program that you like to use or you prefer. I think if you're drawing in pen, you can't really take back your mistakes. You just gotta live with it. And living with those mistakes is kind of, well, I wanna say kinda, for me, it's just really, really painful to know that you just goofed up on a line and you didn't mean it to be the placeholder for anything, but then working around it or just sticking with it helped me build confidence. I'm talking about, like, I'm doing straight, clear lines. Like, I don't care. I'm not taking it back anymore because it's all just throwaway drawings. I am not in love with my work. I do not hold everything that I do cherishly. Like, I am thinking of, at some point in time in my life, I will collect all my sketchbooks, make a video, and have a fire. And I'm just gonna burn them all in the fire because they don't really serve me any purpose. It's just trial and error, and that's all it is. I might document like all my sketches. Like, I think having a documentation of all the work you've done is like really important, so you can show other people where you come from. And that's what I like to do with my YouTube channel. Anyway, the idea of just drawing is supposed to help you learn more about yourself. You understand your bad habits, not the obviously bad habits of chicken scratching, even though chicken scratching is like not the biggest deal in the world. But if you ever want to like avoid chicken scratching, or being very shaky with your lines, or being very unconfident with your strokes, or even like the idea of understanding concept of perspective and shape and form and stuff, the idea of just drawing helps with all that. And I'm not talking about just randomly draw your favorite characters from anime. I'm not talking about just draw whatever like makes you feel good, or like draw from your emotions. I'm talking about like you pick up a book. I'm just saying is that if you pick up a book on anything, I have books on my chapter if you need on my YouTube channel if you need any like book recommendations. But I just picked up one. I read it within a week and practiced every single thing that was taught in that book, which also gave me the understanding of how to use planes and how to draw without mapping out planes or mapping out a perspective grid. It's truly freeing. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. And I'm just showing you guys or telling you guys that that's what I did. There's nothing, I'm not talented by any stretch of the means of imagination. I can show you my old work if I can find any of my old work that I did in like college to show you like how bad I was at drawing. I was really good at sketching, like I made some cool drawings here and there, but the concepts and the fundamentals and stuff I did not know. And I'm just in that weird period of like, what am I missing that I need to like learn to jump from intermediate to more of a professional, or like, you know, if we're going to do a tier system, right? Started off as a D class artist, bumping up slowly to C class artist during like 2019, and then 2020, like now, I'll roughly say that I'm a C, almost to a B tier. You know, I kind of know, I know what I'm doing a lot. I know more than I did 5 years ago, and I definitely know a lot more than I did when I first started picking up a pencil and start drawing. But the whole idea is like, just pick up a pen and start drawing. If you need to find a place to go, you can always do Drawbox, or you can always go down to my Gumroad page and look at my sketchbook slam challenge and how I had it mapped out for myself. Thank God I did that challenge, because I don't think I've been as happy or satisfied with my artwork now that I didn't do it. Anyway, I babbled enough. This is just like one of my rants and my thoughts and my opinions on the idea of just drawing. But hopefully this helped you, and if it has, please give this video a like, share with your friends, comment if you want to. I actually would love it if you commented. But subscribe if you want to subscribe. All the stuff that YouTubers say, hit the bell, all that jazz. But I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. And remember, you guys are improving because you're actually looking for the information to help you improve in the first place. Damn, that's a mouthful. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on how I should end my videos, leave that as a comment down below. I would appreciate that. You guys have a good one.